Hey, what is up guys? So I just got my starter deck, Yuya from SSA Cards, so let's go ahead and crack it open. We'll go over what are the best cards out of this and kind of talk a little bit about this starter deck to see if maybe you guys are interested in purchasing some of these yourself to get started maybe on a pendulum-based deck. That a lot of those cards in here honestly are kind of strange because a lot of them say like you can add a monster, a Perform Pal, but it can't be a pendulum one. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go and check out the paper mat. We gotta check out the paper mat that no one will use, but it's kind of cool just to have it. Some people do like to put them on their walls, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the paper mat. Actually looks kind of cool. Definitely like the artwork on it, but yeah, obviously you guys are gonna have like, a nice like, rubber mat. It's got the new rules that more than likely that you won't read, but let's go ahead and jump right into it, and let's check out the foils, and let's check out how some of them actually look. So first off, we got the ultra rare Perform Pal Sleight Hand Magician. We have Perform Pal King Bear, another ultra rare, and then we have Perform Pal Mon Carpet over here, and that's another super. And then we have the Perform Pal Pero Trio over here. Well, we got foils for days over here, and we got the Perform Pal Long Phone Bull. So we get 2 ultras and then 3 supers. That's actually pretty cool. And then we have the Swing Cobra. We have the Teeter Totter Hopper. Wow, pretty cool. And then of course the reprint of the Odd Eyes. Then we got the Stargazer, Time Gazer. That was actually another like starter deck a long time ago. Then we have the Perform Pal Drummerilla. Great card. Second Donkey, also a decent card. Then we have the Hip Hippo, Volkot's Cannon. We got the Archfiend Eccentric. That's actually a really great card. Probably one of the better cards that we get in here as a reprint. But technically, it did get reprinted as gold already. Then we have Gene Warp Werewolf, Beast King Barbaros, Pitch Black Werewolf, Dragon Dowser, Giant Rat, Perform Pal Dramatic Theater, Smile World, Hippo Carnival, Draw Muscle, Mystical Space Typhoon, Lightning Vortex, Book of Moon, Lucky Iron Axe, Burden of the Mighty, Backup Rider, Perform Pal Showdown, Perform Pal Pinch Helper, Wall of Disruption, Ceasefire, Raigeki Break, Draining Shield, Threatening Roar, Dark Bribe, Chaos Burst, Pendulum Reborn, and then you get 3 tokens. You get the orange hippo, you get the yellow hippo, and then the I'll call it a teal hippo, but that's pretty cool. So that's what's inside the structure deck. But let's go ahead and go over what are like the good cards in here that maybe are worth like $1 or $2, because sometimes, again, people do buy these just to resell the cards individually, and we'll go ahead and check out if this is actually worth it for you. So first off, as far as like what are the good cards in here, I feel like the greatest reprint is Eccentric Archfiend. This card will definitely be worth a couple bucks. In addition to that, I mean, the second Donkey isn't bad, the Drumrilla isn't bad. Perform Pal Sleight Hand Magician isn't a bad card. I feel like the rest of the stuff can be lackluster as far as I know, but you guys can let me know in the comment section below if you guys think that any of these are, very viable as far as worth money. I think Beast King might be worth like $1 or $2. That's a card that I think a lot of anti-meta players like. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon can also be a card that might be worth like $1 or $2. Dark Bribe, Threatening Roar, Raigeki Break. These are all cards that I think people have seen in meta decks. Book of Moon even. Lightning Vortex is an okay card, but I think that I wouldn't say it's a card I would consider worth like a lot of money, but a lot of these cards effects, if you guys are interested in building a pendulum deck, just as a heads up, a lot of these have the effect where you can summon a Performer Pal, add a Performer Pal from your deck to your hand. But the one problem with it is it says except for a pendulum monster. So a lot of them, like, you would want the Performer Pals that are also pendulum to be added to your hand. But Eccentric Archfiend is definitely the greatest card out of this entire reprint. If you guys didn't know, Dark Bribe is still like a $2 card. It's always been a pricey card. I think it's just because people like that card. And on top of that, it's a pretty decent card in certain decks, but I feel like we have a lot of spell trap removal already, but there is the idea that it is spell speed 3, so you can negate stuff. But overall, it's an okay structure deck. Like I said, I'd love to know your thoughts on the structure deck below. I think that it can be okay, just because it's pendulum in general. And if you're interested in starting out in the game, having 3 copies of Eccentric Archfiend, if you were to buy 3 copies of them. If you guys want to buy some copies of it, I'll leave a link down below in the description box where I got it, which was at SSA Cards. And I just feel like this is like the main card. And again, a lot of the the cards, they say that you can't add a Pendulum Perform Paladin. I would like to add those, but that's obviously the restriction of the deck. And I also, like I said, think Sleight Hand is a decent card in the game, but the thing is, you're going to have to discard one card, then you get to target one card in the field, and then you get to destroy it. There's also another card that I thought was okay in this. I don't think it's going to be like worth money or anything like that, but it's the one where you get to, I believe it's, yes, it's the Pinch Helper. So whenever your opponent monster declares a direct attack, you get to negate the attack, then special summon a perform repel monster from your deck, but its effects are negated when it's, an attack is declared involving a monster you control and an opponent's monster. Send this card to the graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. So I think it's an okay card. Again, it's a continuous, so you can activate that effect multiple times, or it's just going to sit there and linger on the board. I think it's really good that you can negate and then special summon a monster. That's a pretty good effect, but it does have to be a direct attack. But nonetheless, I think it's good. But let me know, guys, what is your favorite card out of this? For me, hands down, Eccentric Archfiend. I would say for number 1 spot. The number 2 spot, we got the Sleight Hand Magician. And then for number 3, I just think this card is good. I know they have reprinted it several times, but it's just overall a pretty decent card. And if you guys didn't know, this card actually has another effect when it's a monster. If it inflicts any, when it battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. So a lot of people would forget about that effect, so you can actually just finish off your opponent. If you like, summon triple these, maybe they have a bunch of small monsters on board, which they gave us an enemy controller, so we can move something maybe that was low defense and be able to attack into it, and then we can obviously do a lot more battle damage. But great reprint, Eccentric Archfiend for sure. That's the best card in the set. But like I said, if you guys felt like I missed on any cards, let me know in the comment section below. What are some other good cards that I didn't really go over in this? But overall, I think it's an okay starter deck. It's not like completely trash, but it's not like the best starter deck that we've seen in a while. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.